our guys, our program. Really grateful for the turnout, fans, students, band, cheerleaders. I thought did a phenomenal job of creating a great homecoming environment for our team. Just happy for our guys to get a complete win in a lot of areas. Still a lot of things we can improve upon. I was frustrated with some stuff early in the game that I didn't think we did particularly well. Finishing a drive or two, and then just still got a lot of things to get better at. So thought Kamani had a great individual game. I thought Gunner played really efficient and was smart with the football. O-line, I think, is getting better. I don't know that we've arrived, but we've taken steps forward. And then defensively as a whole, we did some good things, but there was some situational stuff that I was really displeased with. One in the third quarter where we give up on a double move. They didn't complete it, but it's just not very good football. And then at the end we gave up. We had some young guys in, and we had some guys I want to see them step up and make plays that, I don't know, they got to get ready to make some plays because Del Pettis isn't going to be here forever, I don't think. So even though I wish he could be. So we got to get some guys, some young guys developed to step up, which was nice to see late in the game, to get Goose in, get a lot of those young O-linemen in. But defensively, I was really displeased with maybe how we played. We got a little too loose at the end. We subbed. We saw the same thing earlier in the year in the Stephen F. Austin game. And when you get up like that, you need to play some guys that need reps to grow, and didn't get enough of those guys the right kind of work. I felt like they got to step up. So with that, we'll open up to questions.
Troy's had 10 200-yard rushing games ever. Kamani's had 4 of those. Just what has he meant to the program?
Great player, better person, phenomenal worker. He's one of the best I've ever been around. He is a really good football player who somehow is like the person is 10 times better. We do the gauntlet in February where we come in here and we work out at 6 a.m. a lot, and we try to create intestinal fortitude and check your toughness. And when the workout starts at 6, and Kamani, I'll be pulling in the building like 4:30, and Kamani's here at like 5 a.m. stretching out, rolling out, doing whatever to get ready for our early morning workout. He's just a pro, man. In every aspect of how he does things. He's a great student in school. He's got great grades. Better people make better players. The poster child of that is Kamani. And I'm so happy for his success. Last year he was a little bit limited the first part of the year and really wasn't himself till the middle part of the season. It's been fun to watch a fairly healthy. You're taking some bumps and bruises at this part of the year, being a running back, carrying as much as he does, but could not be more proud of him.
John, you guys scored on your first drive of the game. I think the last time you did that this year was against Stephen F. Austin, and then last year, I don't believe you did it all. Not to bring that
scored
up.
A touchdown once on the first drive last year.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
well,
trust me, I know all those stats.
To just improve on that, and how important is that just to do that today and come out strong?
Yeah, we've punted the ball, I think, 9. This is my 20th game here, I think. We've punted the ball 9 times in the first drive. I think we've turned it over 6. We've kicked 3 field goals, and then we've got 2 touchdowns now. Trust me, I keep that stat and I remind the offense about every Monday. We got to score more when we get in the red zone. We've put up yards. Other than maybe, I guess the Kansas State game, that's the only game where we didn't really just put up a bunch of yards. Western Kentucky, we had a ton of yards and 27 points. We could have scored 48 or 49 probably. And same thing today, we left a lot out there. We're doing some good things offensively. The probability stuff, I look at a lot of analytical stuff. If you score first, your opportunity to win usually goes up. The team that scores first wins more times than not. Now, we have found a way around here to defy those odds. We try to see how many goofy, creative ways we can win a game by turning the ball over and not scoring until the fourth quarter and doing dumb stuff. But we'll make things a lot easier on ourselves if we'll score early. And it's nice to see the offense get moving earlier, and we got to continue to get better there.
Coach, I want to go back to Kamani. The fire that he has as a coach, how do you get that to spread to other players on the team to be just as competitive and aggressive as he is every time he steps on the field?
Well, we spend a lot of time in our program talking about leadership and how you develop as a leader. The first level of leadership in our program is leading yourself, okay? And I think probably Kamani's let himself way before I got here. I mean, he's just natural at doing the right things for himself. The other's influencing others positively. That's the second level in our program. The third one is lead others. So get outside of just influence, but then lead them. And then the fourth one, probably the big one for someone like Kamani, is develop other people to be leaders. And when you're a Del Pettis or a Kamani, leading by example is great for a young guy leading himself. But when you get to be that kind of established player, if you're not making others around you step up and become leaders, then you're failing, and he does a great job of that. He's had a great impact on our running back room. I've seen Jarvis Williams grow a ton, and it's because of Kamani, I think. I think Jarvis has watched, and I'm talking about Jarvis growing. I'm like football, but in life, like Jarvis has made substantial life gains, just how he does everything better. I think it's a huge testament to he's got someone to look up to that's in his room in Kamani. And, those guys, they influence others, and he does a fantastic job of that for sure. He influences me positively every day. When I'm having a bad day, I look over and I'm like, all right, Kamani's here, good.
John, it seems like every week there's a hot quarterback coming in to face y'all, and an offense has been playing really well, and the defense just contains them like they did today. I mean, can you just talk about how they responded week after week?
Yeah, we try to identify early in the week what a guy's strengths are and maybe what their weakness or weaknesses are, and try to make them beat us left-handed, if you will. If a guy got a strong right hand, make him use his left. And so we knew these guys had been really effective throwing the ball down the field, so we had to be good at showing them some pictures. And he's a young player, he's talented, but he probably hadn't seen as much ball, and so we felt like showing a safety cap in a corner and then not being capped, or showing off coverage and then playing physical and hard, and or showing down and bailing, and just trying to give him enough pictures that made him a little bit uneasy in the pass game. Rushing the quarterback when you get into obvious pass situations. You saw Javon Solomon and those guys up front get after the passer. And then that guy presents a lot of issues because he can run the ball and extend plays. But they've done a really nice job, credit to their staff, of building a system and doing things that suit him well. And it was a challenge. I mean, I think last week was a challenge. This past week's a challenge. I mean, we've played a lot of guys that have been hot coming into the game, and this guy's the same way. And he's a freshman, which doesn't fire me up. I don't really want to play against him that much, but going to be there a while, I guess. So we got to figure out how to stop him. But credit to our defensive kids, and our staff. They do a great job. I'll say this too: our defensive players, John, they do a great job of studying and doing extra and doing more, because we're allowed 4 hours a day. And, in the NFL, you're there with them all day. And so our guys, man, they come and do extra so well without being asked. And that's when you have a chance to really have a great defense or team or whatever.
Okay. Coach, building off the defensive question, y'all held Arkansas State to 4 of 16 on third down conversions tonight and 1 of 4 on fourth down conversions. How important was it for your defense to take advantage of those opportunities to get off the field when they had the chance?
Yeah, it's critical. I mean, 5 of 20 total on third and fourth down opportunities is huge. You got to get stops, and you don't want to prolong drives, and that's really a huge defensively. Third down is one of the things we look at a lot. We didn't start the year very good there. We've improved. And that's something that's critical to having success, for sure.
I don't know, it didn't show up a lot on the stat sheet, but can you just talk about the presence of A.J. Pierce a little bit in the middle of that defensive line?
Yeah, A.J., he was one of our game captains from Dothan. When I got here in December of 21 and really got back from finishing my job in Kentucky, January of 22, all the feedback on AJ was talent is there, consistency may be lacking. And, man, he has grown so much in this program. He's a fantastic person, and just seeing him be more consistent and be tougher and really buy into the off-season stuff that it takes to be a great player and be a great teammate, I'm very grateful for him and proud of his growth. And to be very candid with you, a year and a half ago, I didn't know if I wanted him to be on the team. Now I wish he had about 3 more years of eligibility, so I'd keep him around forever now. If there's anybody else that's got something really important, I'll take it. I may be breaking their rules, but if you got something you really want to ask, I mean, Boutwell, I hadn't seen you as much. You got to have something. You got a good reason. I'm not.
Anything else for Coach? Yep, go ahead.
Okay, Coach.
I'll take a couple.
My last
It's not
question
a
is,
7 o'clock game.
what was the phrase for the week?
Hey, you know what? The phrase for the season has been keep showing up. And most of the messaging I do comes straight from Lonnie Cochran, our team chaplain who played basketball here. I meet with Lonnie. He does our staff Bible study every Thursday morning. He meets with our team on Friday night. So keep showing up sort of been our consistent battle cry. Just no matter what happens, keep showing up, and good things will happen. And then usually there's one thing that Lonnie says in the Friday night chapel, which last night he talked about David returning from the battlefield in the Bible and how he came home and he relaxed and he took his armor off, and we talked about homecoming and not relaxing, like keeping your armor on and doing your job, being on call, whatever your job is, being ready, don't relax. And so I talked to the guys a lot since that chapel service last night in this room about just do your job, and so I'm average at messaging. I try to steal Lonnie's as much as possible.